Hey.
Hey.
All right. I want to do the cool countdown.
Yeah, a British European countdown.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
how they found in what was that? Inglorious Bastards, when they're in the bar and he ordered 3 beers. That's how the German knew that he wasn't German.
Yeah.
Because they do 3 this way.
It wasn't the German.
And we did this, and he did this. So
Oh, well, then I don't want to do it like that.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2.
There you go.
Hey.
It's all about learning.
Yeah, right. Welcome to the Bipolar Bear Show. I'm the Bipolar Bear. With me again is Al.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here.
Alex Kenny, I should say. We wanted to talk a little bit about the name of the show.
Sure.
So, Bipolar Bear, I'm fat like a bear, and I'm bipolar.
Fair enough. All works.
Yeah, it's something that I've always struggled with. I have kind of under control now. And, yeah, things are good now.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I'm starting my own podcast, and we're ready to go.
That's the dream. That's the goal. Start a pod. And with starting the pod, kind of therapeutically get this shit out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
More growth. And
I think a lot of people can relate. Not relate maybe to being bipolar, or hell yeah, if you can.
Yeah, right.
But any type of mental thing.
Yeah,
like you.
Yeah, that's
for instance.
Exactly.
ADD,
ADHD, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anybody that feels like a little bit of a, what's the word? Not outcast, but just
kinda.
Yeah, I guess.
Kinda, but you're not though.
No, you're not at all.
You're part of the majority,
and,
really.
And welcome here. So by all means,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, that brings us to why the show is named that. We were talking about how I've gotten better over the years too.
Sure.
Because when we met, we always go.
I think we were like 8.
You were.
I was in 4th grade.
Oh wait, we were the same age. We had the same birthday.
Same birthday, yeah, right. How did we try to figure that out? I think we were like 8 or 9. I was in 4th or 5th grade. It was 4th grade.
Whatever it was. We've known each other for almost 30 years.
Right.
And I was just a loose cannon back then, just kind of unchecked. Always the new kid, always on high alert. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stereotypical redhead, really.
Yeah.
A lot of angst.
I guess.
A lot of futility. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That combined with just Superman's
for sure.
Being bipolar. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, it's under control now. I'm doing good, and
we're in a good place, and we want to talk about just
everything,
anything and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's great.
Which we were talking about dumbass. The Olympics are. When did they start?
A few days ago. 3 days.
So they started.
I think it's been less than a week. It's like 4 days, 5 days maybe.
So the events no one cares about have started.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Family
not
and friends only.
Exactly.
Yeah. No one cares.
Cool. They're not selling tickets.
No, yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
The parking lot's still empty.
For sure.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one's paying for commercials.
It's a lot of fencing, Greco-Roman wrestling, which is not.
Hey.
Again, yeah. I'm glad.
I wrestled a bit.
Not to talk shit on the not so popular sports, but that's what's going on right now.
I wrestled, but I wasn't a Greco-Roman wrestler, so
I don't even know how you make the distinction. You just have to wear a loincloth.
There is one. Yeah. Tarzan.
That's in my head. That's how it is. Yeah. A lion in the room as well. I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah. But there are some crazy Olympic sports.
Oh my God.
Some of them are so crazy that it's like.
What's the new one?
The new one is breakdancing.
Breaking.
They churched it up and called it breaking.
Yeah.
Which is
because you can't just say what it is, right?
No, you can't do that because then people will frown on it. But if they have to look it up, then they go, oh well, maybe breaking. Which is I wonder. It's probably a lingo in the breakdance world, I would assume.
Yeah, but
the small world.
Why name the event a lingo word?
It fair enough, right?
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you should cast it to a wider audience.
Yeah.
If I'm a parent right now, if I have a kid tomorrow, I'm making him spin on his head today because there's 8 people. Who's competing?
Oh, dude, what do you mean?
I feel like the field is so much smaller than if you went to be like a wrestler or a sprinter. You're competing against high schools in sprinting.
You know
breakdancing?
You know
It's like 8 kids?
How though? You know how many kids? I used to sell photo and video across the country to dance competitions.
Fair enough.
I mean, all over the country, and that was just one of, I don't know, countless dance competitions. There was kids in every city and every different, you know what I mean?
I'm probably saying that because as far as dancing and stuff goes, breakdancing is definitely has to be like the ballet dancers are talking shit on the breakdancers. Yeah, that's like the lower echelon of dancing. It's like
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's not technically difficult. It's not hard. I'm not saying it's easy to do.
It's definitely cooler.
It is cooler.
I don't know why
it's way more energy.
Classical ballets would talk shit. Only cool kids that get to wear baggy clothes.
I think it's probably a class situation.
I don't think anyone's talking shit on it except for us. So,
yeah, I mean,
how stupid it is.
Yeah, it's silly that breakdancing would be a thing, but dude,
I think people in the dance world probably support all different types of dancing. We're just the ones who have take issue with it now becoming an Olympic sport.
Yeah, you say shit like that, it makes me look real short-sighted.
Well my bad. So, but there's you know, how many other sports could be in? I mean, how did it make the cut?
Well, that's what the World Games is.
How did
the World Games are the sports that are like vying for to get into the Olympics, and I don't know who's choosing these things.
Let's think about what's not in there. Summer Olympics
that should be.
Well, no, that didn't make the cut because breakdancing got in.
Oh God, dude. So many.
I mean,
yeah, dude. There's so many guys that like threw a can over a fucking. All those strongmen, they're all just sitting there.
And there's powerlifting.
What about the guys that throw the kegs over the thing, like 20 feet in the air?
Yeah,
that's more of a feat of strength than breakdancing.
But that's kind of like the powerlifting kind of entails that.
It's like
like what's like a hockey? That's the
golf.
That's not an Olympics one.
No, golf's not.
That's stupid.
In the Olympics.
Okay, so
golf should be.
So breakdancing won out over golf. So a sport. No, I don't want to call it a sport.
It's not a sport.
A
thing you do.
A thing you do. That involves no one really knowing who won, just the judges.
I think next year sewing is going to be in the Olympics. It's insane. We're dropping the bar so low.
But over a sport like golf, where you know, the lowest score wins. I mean, there's no you win, you win.
Exactly, and that's where I get kind of a
you breakdance,
and not just
you breakdancing a little bit better than the next guy.
That's my thing. If
what
it's
if
up to a judge, if it's up to a judge, then
what nationality are the judges?
It's all subjective then.
Right.
Will they be Filipino judges?
I think a Filipino judge is good, although Duterte, not good.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Awful sense.
Yeah, but anyway. But over a sport like that, it has a clear winner. Why are we putting more
things that should be judged on someone's perception? Is crazy to me.
You can be number one.
Dude, you hit the nail on the head. I think that most of the events should be that way. I think it should be feats of strength, clear winners and losers. If we're giving medals, it shouldn't be based on some guy's opinion on who is better.
No.
It should be based on facts and who is better.
Yeah.
If I'm a judge for...
And just like our buddy just said there, was it Filipino or Thai?
They all have biases.
I believe it was...
Didn't you say who
Duterte was the...
No, what country, like, didn't you tell me earlier, like, some country, like, vied for it being...
The Philippines, I think, were a big proponent to get skateboarding for sure. And I think breakdancing as well. Like, I'm not saying the Philippines went to the committee and were like, we want, but like they, alongside of probably hundreds of thousands of other people, pushed it to like because I'm not trying to be a dick, but I can show you a video right now of a Filipino diving team from like '06. It's laughable. They belly flop Olympic athlete.
How come they held so much sway though? Like, why?
I don't think it's that they held sway.
There's not a lot of good Filipino golfers.
I think they put all of their eggs in. Hey, this is our sport. We want this represent. This is what we're good at. Or we have people that are good at it.
Well,
please put this into it. And this didn't happen overnight, I'm sure.
But even then, though, it's like.
But, and again, I'm based.
You know how many other countries are just crushing, or I mean. Philippines, a small population compared to America, right?
That was, yeah, sure.
You know how many dancers are in America? I mean, how many kids grow up just going to dance competitions
Right.
and that? So, like, what, do you just want to get crushed by
The
America?
pool is crazy. Like, the fact that Lithuania thinks that they stand a chance in anything. You got 8 people there. You're not competing.
No.
You
At that
see,
point, you're...
at the beginning of the Olympics, when all the countries were floating down the Seine River, it was crazy. It was like some of the countries had like 4 people on the boat. Some of the countries had to share a boat. You don't have enough people to pop. You're with Georgia and Jordan. Get along. It was crazy. I was watching. The USA had a fucking aircraft carrier full of people, and then the next country was like Georgia, and there was 4 people. One of them was waving a flag, going, "We're here."
Well,
It's so depressing.
like we were talking about
You
earlier, though.
compete in events that are solo events.
Like we were talking about earlier, though, they don't have like a huge budget either, though.
I don't think there's much of a budget to put together a soccer team. We're talking about a ball and a couple of guys to kick it around.
What do you mean? You got
To get there, I get that.
yeah, you got
This might sound stupid.
logistics. I mean, all
Am I stupid
I
in
mean,
thinking that the Olympic Committee paid for that kind of stuff?
they don't pay. The country has to pay for
The
it.
country pays for all that?
Right, yeah. So if you're Georgia and you got a limited population, why are you going to send just a group of people who you know are going to lose? You know what I mean? You probably have a budget, right? Like $1 million to.
Why did I think that all of that was just free? Come to the Olympics and try to win. I don't know what every other aspect of life you pay for travel. I thought the Olympics is free.
Yeah, that one's free. It's all on us.
I just assumed
The
the
Olympic
Olympic Committee. I
Who
thought
funds that?
them. I don't know. That's so dumb. I don't know why I thought that. I'm 38 years old in a couple months. I thought that if you want to send people to the Olympics, you say, "Hey, these are our best guys," and they just go,
And someone just like pays for the tickets, the hotels.
"Yeah."
Someone else just foots the bill.
Yeah, I genuinely, as stupid as it is, I genuinely thought that.
Well, that's okay. You
I
know.
genuinely thought that.
Hey, you get enlightened here. On
If we're
Black
talking,
Friday.
it's all okay.
Yeah,
I thought for sure that was the case.
I got mad.
You know what happens when you assume, though, Alex?
He takes an ass out of you, me.
For sure.
Way less me, though. Gotta be more you.
Yeah, and that's a dumb saying.
It's an old saying.
It's like
Ass out of you and me.
there's
I
no
was
I
gonna-
in the team, but there is in win. So it's like
The go-to when they go, "There's no I in team," you go, "But there's a me." Yeah, that was always
race walking. No, wait, race walking is that still one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, race
It's a
walking.
thing.
So you have to. I think the only rule is that you have to have one foot on the ground at all times.
That's the rule. I think that is the rule.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the rule.
The only rule.
But like, why
Other
wouldn't
than
you
you can't
just
punch the guy next to you, I think that's the only rule.
Why wouldn't you just pick your send?
Put a guy in a wheelchair on.
Well, then he has no feet on the ground.
Yeah, true.
Then they automatically
He's just dragging. one
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
That is just a silly thing. It's like
Get like a 7-footer out there, and then his strides are, for every one of his strides, the other speed walker's got to take, 7 or 5, whatever it may be, and then you know what I mean.
trying to think of this. If you're an Olympic speed walking coach, and you're trying to recruit, what do you just go to like subdivisions and look for moms?
First off, if you're an Olympic speed walking coach, you have figured out the system.
it's the
Someone's paying you.
easiest.
Coach people how to walk fast.
Dude.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I think we just found the easiest job. on
and
the planet.
especially if you're
Keep your foot down.
if you're the U.S. speed walking coach,
Yeah, we're better.
you're backed by like the U.S. government. You're getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're easily the best walkers.
You've gamed the system. What does it take? Like, what's your credentials?
That's what I'm saying.
You know
It's
what I mean? Like,
I think the credentials are SUV and 3 kids.
500. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's so ridiculous.
I've seen moms
Stupid.
do it on streets that we live around.
They could be coaches, but they're
I
not.
think they could be athletes.
Yeah.
I don't understand the.
For sure.
I can do without the goofy movement. I can do what they're doing. Without the crazy like butt flail that they do. They walk like Donald Duck with their
Why
ass.
do they do that?
We don't.
They keep their arms closed. They act like they're supposed to be a form.
Well, maybe
No,
it has
no,
something
no.
to do with
There's nothing to do with
What
it.
if- what if-
They're stupid?
Relatively
walk.
speaking, their happiness is the most important thing. Maybe that makes them happy, and that's what they get out of life. If it makes them happy, then
well, that could be applied to literally anything.
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying that they don't have pride or like, yeah. I'm not saying they don't.
no. I've seen a lot of speedwalkers, but I've seen.
Those banter.
Yeah.
We're not like actually trying to find the
I
solution.
don't think that they have like a.
Oh yeah.
I think you're.
That makes sense.
That goes so deep. Maybe that's their passion.
What if that makes them happy?
No, I'm a proponent. I'll defend speedwalkers.
Let me say this: if it is their passion,
I knew one of them.
I'm here to make fun of it because
Yeah, for sure.
there's 1,000 passions you could have. You chose. I'm going to walk, which everyone can do from the age of, I don't know, 8 months old to the end of their life.
Well, then on the other
And then,
hand,
but
if that's what
I'm
makes
going to
you
do it a little
happy,
quicker.
if that's what makes you happy,
They
then
do a sad, pitiful.
why though?
I don't-
Maybe that's
Who gets-
incredible.
I get the endorphins from running and sprinting. Walking quickly, what are you gaining?
Well, guys, I'm just
Other
saying.
than you're an Olympic athlete, first of all.
The field. Yeah, okay, yeah. So
So-
I found another one. I'm making my daughter spin on her head, and my son is just going to walk as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Because the field is so small.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna train my daughter how to be a speed walking coach,
yeah, the end.
and then my
Yeah.
son, man, what's he gonna do? I guess you know what? Even though it's not a sport, I'm gonna teach him how to play golf.
Yeah, that's the other thing. How is golf not a fucking sport? Golf is.
Well, we already went over that.
Oh,
Tug of war from 1900 to 1920. There was tug of war.
tug of war seems like a viable, as silly as it sounds, it is a feat of strength. It's a team event, so it's not one guy versus one guy, but it just sounds silly because it's something you learn in kindergarten.
Bro.
Yeah, we played it. If I played it in gym, you don't get to be an Olympic sport because I'm no athlete. As good as I might have been at something.
We danced in gym.
Yeah, we did the Macarena in gym.
So yeah, so breaking shouldn't be. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going by that.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
But tug of war, it just seems so like rudimentary. Like I was saying before, why wouldn't you just get your power lifters who are already there
Right.
and your super decathlon athletes,
Put them in
and
a
then
different
just
event.
put them
Yeah,
in
dude.
your. Why are you sending 10 specialized tug of warers to the Olympics in foot and all that?
Yeah.
It's like,
And how do you feel?
screw that.
And if you're on the tug of war team, it's either you're the head of the rope
Again, the only thing better than that
or you're the
is being
anchor.
the tug of war coach.
That's
I think the
tug of
thing
war
is
coach. There you
is
go.
being a coach.
You got to find that coaching
You
spot,
got to be the coach.
and to get recognized as dude, when you were a tug of war guy, you were so good at pulling that rope that we need you to teach other people how to pull the rope.
That too, but also it's like you sneakily get in the spotlight too, because like, all right, there's 10 tug of war people on the team, right?
Yeah,
Who
could be a-
remembers all 10 names? But they're led by coach.
Yes, dude.
Everyone knows that.
You're so right because Bella Caroli is I don't even know how I know that name, but Bella Caroli was the fucking name of the gymnastics coach when I don't even know the girl's name that broke her leg. Carrie Strung, what was her name? She broke her ankle.
You're struck.
Carrie Strug,
Something.
whatever it was. Bella Caroli was her fucking. I couldn't remember her name. I knew his. Point taken.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
They, especially I think if you come from Romania, you garner a little more respect because we don't know what you're about. The
Whatever though.
the rumor is that all those that like they
I think to be a coach, you just gotta, you gotta rub elbows with the right people,
I think-
especially if it's a pointless event.
but I think when you become a coach for like an Olympic sport or an Olympic team,
You gotta have some type of credentials.
yes, but I also think that once you get that job, it's one of those things.
You don't
where,
think if you're Donald Trump's best friend, he'll just appoint you as the speed walking coach, and then
I absolutely think that would happen, and
for sure.
and
So hobnob with the right peeps, and then put on a red, white, and blue Olympic jacket. Which you are. You're the speed walking coach. We got everything figured out. So, and then there's equestrians.
Equestrian is another one. It's like horse dancing.
Yeah, prancing around with horses.
And I was making fun of it earlier, and then you made a good point. You're like, dude, get on a horse and make it do that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Exactly.
But I also don't think the guy on the horse is the guy that's training him to do that. I think those are two different people.
No, well, maybe.
The
Either way,
isn't the one that's.
I don't think because you have to form a bond with your horse. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't think
they're hopping around.
No,
they couldn't hop off their saddle and then you hop on and then the horse prances the same way. Ain't working.
Prancing wise, probably not.
Ain't doing it. Plus, good luck holding on while that thing's jumping hurdles and shit. You gotta know. You gotta know your stuff, bro. And plus, again, when it comes down to who's footing the bill to ship a horse to whatever games it is, who's training the horse?
Right, that's
and they spend $100
million just to get the horse.
Well,
then they gotta train it.
They spend $1 million just for jizz from a bull horse to get the horse. Then it's pregnant, and then you got to take care of it.
It's a whole thing.
Ridiculous. So maybe they just deserve to be there just because it's just money spent.
Yeah, that is true.
So
time
and plus, usually they're good looking too. So I feel like that's everything. No, the person riding the horse.
Yeah, well, minus the height.
Well, that's
I think that guy.
I'm talking about like the horse
prancing. The horse prancing. Yeah, they're always pretty girls.
Usually it's a pretty girl.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for
cute
sure.
Little helmet and pants.
Yeah, probably grew up, definitely not in a trailer poor.
Can you imagine if you grew up in a trailer and your mom and dad were like, you're gonna
ride a horse.
We're gonna make you ride a horse.
Well, how would you get one in the first place?
I think
what, you tame a wild Mustang?
I think there are like ranches where you can go and ride the horse. Rent or lease.
Right, but is that going to be your Olympic horse? You're just going to rent your Olympic horse?
Yeah, how do they figure that? Isn't that more important than the guy on top?
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's so crazy.
Put golf in there as well. God damn it.
Yeah. Long story short, Tiger Woods should be in the Olympics.
And then back in the day, I think Paris, 1900, there was pigeon shooting.
Pigeon shooting.
Live pigeon shooting. So for each round, they let go 6 pigeons. Just let them loose. And
how many
you were either sadistic serial killer of pigeons.
Right.
That's how you won. Or you're out in the first round.
Yeah. How many shots did they get? It was like a full clip. It was 6 shots. So, was it a pistol or a rifle?
It's a shotgun, bro. Have you ever went like ski?
A shotgun has 6 shots?
Yeah, some shotguns have 10. Some have.
In 1924?
Yeah.
Then, no.
Bro.
Not even. 10 clip shotguns in 24?
All right. Riddle me this then. You think you could shoot a pigeon let loose from 50 yards away with a handgun?
I'll tell you right now, I'm more focused on how they fucking captured all these fucking pigeons. I'm cool with you shooting it. How did you just get it?
You just breed them.
How'd you get the one?
What do you mean, how'd you get the one?
You put a net up?
Mike Tyson has pigeon coops on top of buildings in New York. There's like thousands of them flying just for that coop.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
One day you just lock the coop at night, and then all of a sudden there's 200 of them.
Those were already
but that's
gathered. I mean, in 1924, when pigeon shooting came out, and they're like, we need pigeons for this event. Where were they getting them?
So Mike Tyson's great-grandpa had a pigeon coop in New York, and then he locked the door at night.
Put some memos.
200 of them right there. You did that 3 years before the Olympics. You let those 200 make. What all of a sudden you have?
Couldn't have been.
What?
PETA definitely wasn't the thing. They'd be all over that right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pigeon shooting.
Oh yeah, I mean,
was it thing? They'd be like, the pigeon cares.
Yeah, well,
it knows you when you look at it.
I mean, I can barely stomach that. Like, why would you want to?
Can I be honest? And I might sound like an asshole. People might not like me for this, but I could give a fuck about the life or death of a pigeon. And I think that goes up up to and including anything that can.
Why are you screaming in the mic?
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're like blowing my eardrums out.
I think it's just my cadence.
But what? I think it's because of your pure hatred of pigeons.
I think I've seen two.
Sounds right. And so what they do?
I don't know if they
do. They attack your mom?
I like how they're so comfortable around us. You should be leaving if I'm coming. I thought we had a deal with the fucking pigeons. Not to quote Seinfeld, but yeah, I think that I don't like how they're just. I'm walking down the sidewalk and that pigeon just goes about its day. You should be flying away.
Well,
I'm bigger.
So you're mad that it's comfortable being around you to the point where you're cool that thousands of them die in an Olympic competition for no reason?
Yes.
Hurt.
Yes.
That makes you an asshole.
And I'm cool being an asshole to the pigeon community. If you are a pigeon lover, a pigeon keeper.
But you quantify that though. That means you don't care too much about like life.
If I can eat it, I genuinely don't give a fuck about it. Now, I don't want to be the guy that kills it.
Your dog.
Okay, if I would eat it, I don't want to be the guy that kills it. I don't want to be the deer hunter. I don't want to be the cow farmer. I don't want to be any of that shit. I want to see it, but I will absolutely eat it and not think twice. Because you know why? If the cow and the deer had a consciousness like I do, they would eat meat if they were able to. So I will not apologize for being on top.
No, they wouldn't. Cows and deers are herbivores.
Okay, different animal. I will not apologize.
Or pigeons.
I will not apologize for being on top of the food chain. Not my fault, not my reasoning. I am on the top. Sucks for everything below me.
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't care.
That doesn't mean that you're okay with just like them dying for no reason.
No, of course not.
It's not like you know, they let him loose. The guy shot him, and then all of a sudden, into a crowd of hungry peasants, it was then gutted him and then fried him up, and then it solved hunger.
I don't want some
wasting these things.
I don't want somebody. Yeah, I guess they were just wasting them. Well, maybe they were eating them.
Probably
Squab?
not.
That was probably big in the 20s. Squab?
Probably not. For an Olympic competition, I'm sure they were
just throwing him into a bag.
For sure. For sure, bro.
That's kind of fucked.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
you
kind
know
of
what?
fucked.
You know what I like about you? You can evolve. You're an evolver. You can hear an argument and you can change your way of thinking.
Yeah, well, I'm a grower. I'm a shower. That's what I tell the girl. You're right. I don't want to see it die meaninglessly.
Oh, okay,
But
thank you.
If they're,
Thanks.
but
Even
to
though you
play,
need it, even though
but to play devil's
even though it's
advocate,
cool with being
if there's
around
a
you.
gold medal involved, I mean, how much gold can I get for a couple pigeons? That's what I need to know.
Yeah, then that changes.
What's the
That
change?
changes everything.
Yeah, right. It's the equivalency. Yeah, but I think it's plated. I see all these guys biting on the.
Oh, it is gold
It's plated. These guys are fighting on it. I'm like, yeah, you got about a half a millimeter of gold here.
Oh, dude, you know, it takes like enough,
And
like
gold's soft anyway.
a little tiny nugget of gold could gold plate this death.
Really?
Yeah, that's how
How dented it is.
bro. That's how.
No.
Yeah, that's like gold plated. Literally means nothing.
So they take it. This is again me being dominant on it, but do they take it and put it like in a thing where it just smashes it and it spreads out
I don't know how to do it, bro. But
like a hydraulic press and it just.
oh, probably not. Probably no. They melt it down. They probably add in some other element like lead or something, and then they
Of course they melt it down.
for sure. Yeah, they don't just take a hard piece of gold, and smash it with a hammer, and then hope that it conforms to the surface area of the stuff.
I guess I was thinking if
You're
it
not
was like
like-
molten and you did it, then it would kind of flatten out. But I guess you're right. If it was just a hard piece of gold,
Yeah.
it shattered.
Right. No, I don't think it would shatter.
People picking up pieces
I
of
mean,
gold.
you'd be hammered. You'd be hammered for fucking 50,000 years. So yeah, I guess
Sorry,
you
take that hammer, yeah.
Yeah. You're the next step in the. we're still trying to gold plate this rich asshole
And then
bipolar
someone-
bear's desk, and he's
someone
dead already
comes
too.
along
This
and
is our
goes, "Why are
family
you
thing.
doing
Yeah, finally someone brings it. Yeah.
Some dumb.
I refuse to hammer this
Yeah,
gold.
yeah. I wasn't born into this.
Yeah.
Some dumb kid.
That's what you're meant to do.
That's hilarious.
God, dude, handball. You said you like handball.
I love handball. I know it sounds silly.
That's so stupid.
I know it sounds stupid, but watch it. It's like water polo without the water. It's
Don't agree. I don't disagree with that.
it's also something. Listen, a lot of these sports that I like, I'm trying, as narcissistic and self-centered as it is, I try to say to myself, can I do that? And handball, I can catch, I can throw, I can put a little English on it.
Yeah.
I feel like these sports, I don't even understand how you get into it. I don't even.
Well,
you playing
first,
volleyball and the guy said you can't tread.
Guys like me, you can't get into it because we can't afford to practice that much without working. You know what I mean? Someone's got to be footing your living expenses and all.
Most of these sports like handball and not I can't think of it. Sports like handball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a high school or elementary school like sport.
So
like you have to like
so you're training just for the Olympics.
You have to find that outside of high school.
Oh yeah. First of all, yeah,
So
you
you're
have to seek out
18,
a
19 years old and you go, I want to play a sport. I can play baseball, soccer, football, all recreational.
Yeah.
But how do you even find handball? I live in St. Louis. It's not the biggest city, but it's a metropolitan area. I don't know where I would even go to play handball.
Oh, I'm sure we could look up where to play. But
Is that what they're doing?
I bet you.
They're going out
I
with
bet you they wouldn't just let you walk onto their team. I bet you it's like a little.
Oh, I'm sure there's a bit of a
You know what I mean? You
politics.
can't just decide to go play.
Yeah, I show up.
You better get your own team together and then go challenge that team like
You're
the
playing
same
road
line.
shooters?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
That'd be like the ragtag crew that
I
comes
walk
in.
in like a cigarette in my mouth. They're like, you're not going to be good at this.
Yes, I am.
Of course
I can smoke and do this.
We're running 30 yards. I can do that.
God damn it.
Yeah, that we say that, but dude, 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, 20 minutes into the speed walking handball game.
Yeah, let us be very clear. As much as we talk shit about all these things, I genuinely can't do any of them. But that's what
I can do all of
that's
them just for 20 seconds.
fair. Yeah, right. That's what makes it fun to make fun.
Not
of.
enough to go round after round after round or mile after meter after this or that.
It's just crazy that like, if you're doing those sports, like, how do you even get into the scope of the national team? If you're on the St. Louis handball team, is there a scout from the fucking Olympic team?
Oh no, I'm sure there's. I'm sure there's like regionals and then divisionals and shit like that.
So
no
there's
one cares
just
about.
Sporting leagues all around us that we are not aware of.
No, probably not. Probably not like whole leagues or whatever. But I'm sure there's some type of funneling event. So like regionals, whoever decides, from that area, teams go, they compete at regionals, then they go to like sectionals or whatever it may be,
Right.
and then finally you play for like. Either that, or they just an Olympic maybe the coach.
Yeah.
He sits and watches all these games, and then he handpicks like the star, speed walking handballers.
Handballers, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they call them handballers, you know? What do you call them?
That actually
Handballer?
that kind of makes me want to be. I want to play handball now. If they're called handballers.
It is kind of cool.
Because anything.
Yeah. You can't make fun of me at that point.
Hell no.
I'm
Not you're a handballer.
Yeah, no, you can't come at me with anything. I'm used to it all.
I'm a baller.
Yeah, dude. I'm a handballer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
I mean, it'd be way cooler to just like drop the word hand, just be a baller.
Yeah.
But then you got to really earn that.
And the sport's going to have to get a little more attention.
With a little. Ballers, the new event.
Yeah, I think
Just
everyone's
balling hard.
I saw that HBO show with The Rock. I liked it.
Yeah. But Dan Bilzerian wins every year.
He's just
Bowling.
His girls are holding the medals. I don't even do that.
Yeah, and his medals aren't even gold plated. They're like they're all gold.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
He's hands down balling and would win every year.
I just don't even understand how you would even. I try to think about putting myself in that guy's position, and I'm like, and this is coming from a guy that's single, who wants to get married, wants a wife. I want one. I don't want 12 hot ones. They all have
Well, that's
egos and like
you're coming from your like scope, you know what I mean? Like I don't want that either.
they're probably all of the
Now
same
that I
mind.
met like Anna, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about the girls. Like they're probably all of the same mind. They're like, we know what we're doing. This is a group thing, right?
For sure, bro. And,
So it's not even weighing on his
and
mind.
they get cycled out.
Yeah,
You
there's
know what I mean? And it's
Imagine
like here,
being
here. I'll buy you a Beamer to kick it for a month.
how did he get his money? I'm assuming it's
He got first like 100 milli from his dad, and then he is like a big time gambler. He like won
that's
a
how he
lot.
won his money.
Doing
That's how he got his money.
He got 100 million from his dad,
Oh yeah, that's a big.
and then but it takes money to make money. I mean, you could, you know,
I can't imagine being.
someone gives you $100 million. Yeah, you know.
I mean, that's a step up.
Yeah,
At the very least.
I mean, yeah.
If anyone had an advantage, 100 million. Let me ask you a question. You think you could spend 100 million? How quickly do you think you could spend 100 million? Week, month, year, day?
Do I have a billion
You have
in the
100.
first place, and then how quickly can I spend 100 million?
Oh, great ancillary question. That's great. Yeah.
Because if I only have
if
100
that's all you
million,
had,
it takes me a long time to spend that.
you ain't lying.
Because I'm
Ooh,
setting
what a
up
good
the rest
catch.
of my,
I didn't
you know what I
even
mean?
think of that.
I'm going to set up
Let's
the rest
say
anybody, all my family, anyone that ever, all my kids, all their kids. So it'll take a long time.
Let's
to
say
do
you're
that.
Elon Musk. How fast do you think he can spend $100 million? Do you think? No, like that's a bad example.
Yeah,
That's a bad example. If you won $100 million and you put aside, whatever, 10 million for the fam, 25 million for the family, whatever it was. I see the stories of guys blowing through their lottery winnings. I'm like, I would be so fiscally responsible.
Let's say this. All right. So if money wasn't an option, or it wasn't a care, and it didn't matter if you spent that 100 mil, you'd still be fine. You'd have billions anyway.
In that case, you'd
Then immediately.
Hours.
Right? Immediately.
You're right. That was a stupid question. I shouldn't have said it. You're absolutely right.
Quick.
If you won, and this is the crux.
But would I though? I don't know if I would.
I don't think that's how the rich stay rich. I don't think they do these things. I think they're using the money that's funneled through their corporations. It's not even their money. It's
all that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hate it.
Yeah, it was a bad avenue.
Never be there.
You have to cut this.
Yeah.
That was a bad avenue.
I won't cut it. I just, I'm envious. I don't hate it. It's
so out of my
sucks
scope of
knowing
reality that I can't even.
It sucks knowing that.
It's easy to say what you would do if you had this money versus actually having it.
I know.
If you have it, if I had it, I don't want to lose it.
No.
So I'm not doing what I would say if I didn't have it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Me without it is saying, you should do this, you should do that. And then if myself got the money, I'd be like, well, I'm not going to do that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck your subway system. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not relegated to spending my
right.
money.
But if I had like trillions, it would be like
I take care of my family like you said.
Wounded Warriors. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
One check.
And that's a
3
write-off, so I
seconds.
get it back. Even better.
That's not why I do it. I'm just saying that's how quickly I could spend
it looks
that.
good. They get it all back.
Boom,
I think
boom.
that's why they all do it. It's easy. It's an easy little marketing play. Hey, we Target gave to the Wounded Warriors, and then at the end of the year, the government goes, "Here you go,
Yeah.
get it back."
Well,
And you're
I don't think
multi.
it's quite like that.
I mean, it's very close. I mean, it might not be
No.
the full share, but it's a write-off.
Is that how it works?
Of course
I don't know how it works.
Charitable
Let's not
donations.
pretend to know.
A charitable donation is a write-off for sure.
A write-off, yes, but it's not like you're getting.
I'm not saying they're getting.
Refunded.
I don't mean that they're getting $1 million back. I'm saying absolutely not. But like, they do that and they get a portion of that money back.
How?
It's a write-off. I don't know how write-offs work.
Well, now you sound like a rube.
I think it's
You just get a portion back. Who pays you
the,
back?
the government. It's a charitable
International Olympic Committee.
donation. It's part of It's like a.
Someone just pays for it.
I think it's like a thing the government does where they're like, "Hey, you gave to this. Here's a little kickback for helping out the poor people."
So the government matches
If it wasn't
half to one on all
not
donations.
half, I don't think it's half, but there's no
You think
benefit.
it's anything?
I think it's a lot. I think it's
I
something.
don't think that's how that
I think
works.
it's something.
Bro. I don't think that's how that works.
It has. There's no company that would just give money to poor people for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's benefits, but you don't like get a portion of it back. I think.
I think you get to write it off, and I'll be honest, I don't
write it
write
off.
off it.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Thank you.
But they get to write it off.
I basically was trying to get you to admit that on camera.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they do it. They're writing it off.
Just write it off.
I think that means that they get to
They get it back eventually.
not
Somehow. By the government.
but a eighth of them, a couple bucks. I don't know.
You're so dumb. I think what
Is it just for the scope of the public?
I think what it is.
Like giving to charity so the people that
First off, you don't. Like if you donate 100 milli, you don't have to pay taxes
on the 100
on like 100 milli of your revenue. So like, you know what I'm saying?
That would make more sense if that's.
But you're still donating money, bro. It's not like you're getting any. You're not.
I'll be real honest with you, man. I genuinely thought like if you give money to a charity,
Government would pay you.
the government just goes, "Hey, that was nice of you.
Yeah.
Here's some money back for it."
Yeah, that's how governments work.
I also claim zero and have no dependents. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we're in like a $50 trillion deficit.
Definitely.
U.S.
100%.
Because we match dollar for dollar everyone that donates any kind of money.
I mean, if that's the case,
It's a write-off.
can you imagine? I'd be donating to everything I could
For
find.
Well-
I gave 50 cents to that fucking white-haired guy on TV for a cup of coffee for those African kids.
Oh, I'd be feeding so many kids
Dude, that fucking scam.
on the government's dollar in my name. Hell yeah.
Oh, and that, yeah.
That's the way you look at it.
Yes, that's what I would do.
Same.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm
I think everyone would do that. So that's why
So
I think
I
the
don't-
government
doesn't
match.
doesn't deal with them.
Right.
Doesn't play ball. I think the government needs to play more ball.
The government does need to play more
They
ball.
need to take a couple walks too, if I got to be honest with you. Take
Some
a couple
speed
walks.
walks. They need to walk real
Take
fast.
a couple speed walks.
Yeah.
And
To the psychiatrist
yeah, and
yeah.
the picture box.
Work some shit out,
Take a
government.
second too. Help us out. You know what I mean?
For sure. Stop paying, speed walk
Quit
coaches.
funding a speed walking team.
Yeah,
Fix my
and tug of
fucking
wars and this and that. Yeah, I want my pothole fixed. I'm done with
I get that's local, but it's the same thing.
government.
It's my best friend, and also I don't like. I don't like them because I think I'm not supposed to like them, but I like them because
I don't like them,
I'll accept.
not because of that.
I'll accept every.
I actually
accept
don't.
all.
I don't not like the government
Yeah, I don't have like some hatred.
because it's way better than like.
Subconsciously, I think that like people think the government is like when you say the word government, it sounds like powerful, and it is, but like it sounds like also bad. I think people put more stock into what they have control over than what they really do.
Well, that's the ruse of the government.
That's also on these guys.
You know what I mean?
How do I get into government?
I don't know.
Win an election? Do I start at the local
No,
level?
you have to have old money. You know what I mean? And you have to fund the election, and you have to win the campaign. I don't know, whatever it may be. Yeah, it's rigged.
It's so rigged.
It's so much easier. Again, I hate going back to this, but it just screw trying to figure all that out. Just be an Olympic speed walking coach, because everything we're talking about leads back to. There's all these complications, and I can't imagine that guy has any complications.
Do you think the speed walking coach was originally a coach for sprinters, but he got old? And they were like, you can't handle the sprinters, but you can probably handle these speed walkers.
Why would Why would age matter in coaching?
I'm just equating the speed to the age. I don't
To be a
know.
coach, you're not sprinting alongside of them.
I don't know what a coach for a sprinter is telling him. Run faster.
Yes.
Great coaching.
Well, it's more like you know,
I think the
eat
most.
this or that, do these type of workouts. You know, strengthen this
As
part
if
of your
you
body.
don't know that
Your
already
form
as an
is
Olympic
this. Your
athlete.
form.
It's
Not
like a
without
hitting
fucking
It's
coach.
like a hitting coach in baseball.
What he's
like
born with all the knowledge.
I made it to the major
He
leagues.
comes sliding out of the womb.
I made it to
You're
the
just going, I'm a sprinter. I know everything there is to know about it.
a hitting coach. I'm equating this to a hitting coach in baseball. I make it to the major leagues, and then I get a hitting coach. What are you teaching me? I made it here. What are you gonna do? Adjust my swing and fuck it up? You're coaching me on what?
Yeah, I mean,
How to swing a bat?
if there wasn't,
I guess it's if they get into a slump, get them out of a rhythm.
dude, if
They know how to swing a bat. They're pros.
right.
They made it.
So you're
just
telling me that someone just pays that coach
For nothing is what
For
I'm
nothing.
saying. Yeah, I think it's a useless. I don't think
not
it's
a batting coach.
I don't a hitting coach. I think that it's nothing that the coach that's watching the whole game can't go, hey man, you're dropping your elbow.
Oh, so now
You need to swing a
the
little.
coach of the baseball game has to watch all the little.
He's already watching it. What else is he watching when the ball's being
Dude, the
hit?
hitting coach, they're watching every player at batting practice all the time. They're
Every-
going over just that video.
Well, in baseball,
The
everybody's
coach has to
only
worry about
watching
the
the
politics and dealing with the GM, all this other stuff.
Not during the game.
Bro, trust me.
They're not thinking about that. They're looking at the
And,
game.
ah,
I think it's a useless position. I saw that.
If it was,
What was that movie?
if it was, they wouldn't have.
What was that movie? Runner, where Jason Sudeikis was the coach of Jesse Owens, the fastest guy like ever.
Okay, never seen it.
I saw it once. What did the Jesse Owens is a runner?
Yeah,
He's the fastest guy in the world.
right.
What did that guy bring to the table other than go, go, go? You're not
How
running.
long was he a coach? You saw the movie.
Long enough. I want to say he saw
That's
him like in
very
high
good.
school,
Okay.
and like
So he coached him up
and it was
from
like-
raw talent
and
in
the-
high school to being the best sprinter ever in the Olympics.
can you coach it? Running faster?
Can you just be the fastest at your high school and then without any direction
that's
just
how running-
become?
I think that's how running goes. Either you're fast or you're not fast. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna go, this is how you how do you coach someone to run faster? There's no coaching ability.
Better form.
Form.
Yeah, dude. There's
Running?
so much stuff.
You think there's form?
Of course, bro.
Isn't this the form? Am I nuts?
I mean, well,
I might be being
yeah,
a
you're
little-
fucking nuts.
I might be being a little
with this.
comical, but this is it.
Okay, I get it. I get it, but
He's not going to lower your elbow, adjust your swing. He's going,
there's obviously an advantage to it.
I don't think there is. I think it's one of those jobs like the fucking.
How come you don't know of anyone of Jesse Owens' caliber who just made it there?
Well, they didn't make a movie about him, to be fair. But
Any Olympic athletes
I don't.
Anything?
Who,
who just made it there, no coach, no nothing, just.
I don't think you have a coach until you get like to that level.
You just got done saying that he was his high school.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Yes, he had the job of coach, but I'm saying what coaching is there? He happened to be at the school where a fast kid was running, and he got to be his coach. He didn't tell this slow kid how to learn how to run faster.
No, but
That's just innate.
But he kept him focused. He you know.
Okay,
he
there
told
you-
him what
there
to
you-
eat.
okay,
He
yeah.
told him, you know,
That's a different
they
thing.
worked on mechanics. They did this.
Focus mentality. You hit on something there.
Basically,
You're right there.
What coaches?
What
do.
coaching is.
So
I'm looking at like mid-game situation.
here's the thing. Do you know that there's chess coaches?
That sounds insane to me. A
Chess
chess coach that sits next to the board and
Yeah.
does
In
what?
this day and age,
He can't tell you what to do.
in this, you know, they're not allowed to.
So
In this day and age, there's chess coaches. You have full access to the internet. You can, you know, what I mean, you
while
as
they're
a player.
playing,
No, as a player,
uh,
what use is a chess coach? You have
I don't
now.
think there was a use before the internet.
Maybe, yeah, because then that
You're telling a guy if you were good at chess, you wouldn't be the coach. You'd be the guy. Why are you telling me what to do? I'm here. I don't need your help.
That's kind of true, but you wouldn't be as good as you are without knowing like all the.
What you said is the mentality, the focus, keeping you on that. I'll buy into. I'll give you that
for sure.
Keeping them on the straight and narrow.
Yeah,
and keeping their eye on the prize. I'll give you that. That's you hit on something there.
But that would be hard.
But
in every sport, except it wouldn't be too hard to keep the speed walkers eye on the prize.
But I also think that
I hate that
you're not even moving fast enough.
Yeah, like what?
I don't get like
that guy.
Once you get to that level,
you go into coaching.
There's no
you're thinking, what
sport
should I go into? You know,
if you're an Olympic speed walker, what you made it to the Olympic team. What could the coach possibly have to say to you? You need to, I don't know, wear less baggy clothes. I don't know what does he say? Good job today.
I'll tell you what, though, I had good coaches back in the day.
I had great coaches. I loved my coaches. I don't even diminish my coaches. I'm glad you said that. I don't even diminish any of my coaches.
Well, that's what you're doing.
I like coaches.
But like gym coaches back in the day,
they
were so cool. Like gym coaches, you know what I mean?
Coach Stern.
Especially for me.
We had great.
He was great.
He was great.
He was
all
great.
through elementary.
He was great.
He was great.
And then, yeah, man. And then also,
and you're right. It is more about the mentality.
I was an awful kid, so like I got sent to the prison trip. You know.
Yeah.
Coach was right there on the bus.
You got motivation.
Taking us
motivation is
on the bus to the prison trip.
It's motivation.
He was there with
That's his job.
You know what I mean?
That's the.
He didn't coach bad kids to prison trips. He was just like the gym coach, but you know,
I just came to the epiphany.
Guy,
those ancillary coaches, the hitting coach, the running coach, the speed walking coach. When you get to that, what like I was saying, when you get to the upper levels, the top level, what could the coach have to say? It's not about what he has to say. It's about motivating you.
Yes.
That's okay. And I should have realized that, but I just assumed that like if I'm Aaron Judge, and the hitting coach comes to me one day and goes, "Hey, dude, that 55 home run year, you know, you're gonna have to." I'd be like, "Eat dick." But if I'm having a slump and I'm Aaron Judge, and the hitting coach comes up to me and it's like, "Hey, man, like, work on this. We'll get that. Will
boom."
Right. Fair enough, coach.
Thanks, coach.
Yeah, thanks, coach.
For sure.
I love all the coaches.
But yeah, so that and like I said, not just that, but like, you know how awful like going to the Scared Straight program was.
Yeah, how did you?
Like as a kid,
I got threatened with it. I never had to do it.
Oh, your mom had to sign off.
Yeah, she wouldn't do that.
No, my mom's like, "Where do I sign?" 3 years in a row, I went.
You had to go to that?
It was awful.
What did they do?
So you get bused to the prison.
Prison, not a jail, a prison.
No, prison. And then you get off the bus and oh god, this was so.
This is so crazy that they're able to even do this.
So and then they give you a little like piece of twine with a cardboard. You know, that's your number. They don't call you by your name.
Sandwich board.
Your prison number. You know what I mean? And that gets thrown around your head.
Number.
So then when you go in, then all the inmates that are like screaming at you, they call you by your number. And then
isn't everyone just going like this the whole time? Like,
and
you don't know your number.
Well, you do. You're there.
You learned it.
You're there. You're
okay. Fair enough. I never did. I just feel like
you know your number.
You know your number
For sure.
And it's up.
That you know the inmate could call you, you know, by any name or any number combination. You know they're addressing you.
They made it very clear. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're not vaguely like,
yeah. Hey guys.
There's not like a sea of prison trip kids and it's like number. No, they're talking to you. They're talking to you, bro.
Dude.
And so they're telling stories about like how they got there and this and that, and then they make you do a bunch of weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
Weird.
So the right context for weird stuff.
You know you have to like
cough and
you have to go into a cell with one of them.
Wait a minute.
So you're in this tiny cell with like this killer
man that has committed
who's
crime.
screaming, you
So
know,
who could-
JH 4752. You don't ever want to be here, dude.
Who could legitimately murder you?
For sure. And with no repercussion
Because
because he's already there for life.
Thank God that
Coach kept me safe. Coach kept me
I was
safe.
gonna thank God
Coach
for
was
this. Fucking COs are like, I
Coach
see
was
something in this guy. He's probably not that bad. He can do this.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, bro, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, dude, Coach.
And then and then they would tell their stories about how they got there, screaming at you the whole time, obviously, and then pass around. Oh man, but
I just went to jail as like
they pass around photos of what happens when you first get there.
No, they don't. Photos of. We don't want to be too graphic, but photos of
If you're not
what you
a
had.
250-pound linebacker and you get sent to prison,
Yeah, dude.
they pass around photos of what happened.
Photos of that. How is that not child pornography? How is that not illegal?
Your mom signed off.
Your mom signed off. Damn it, that signature is powerful.
Bro, and I didn't. It ain't like
so nuts,
you knew me, bro. I wasn't.
You
like,
were the. You didn't deserve to be here.
I wasn't fighting all the time. I wasn't.
Dude, that's for kids that are like
I
setting fires and like
the
ruining people's
psychopaths,
lives.
right?
You got in a couple.
You should have seen the kids I was there with.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. As much as
I was more scared of them than the inmates, bro.
And you were the toughest guy I know. So like, you weren't that guy.
But I wasn't like. That's not why I got sent there. I got sent there for like talking back and like making teachers cry.
Was it a thing that the school suggested?
Yeah, the school suggested, and then your parents had to.
I don't know how I know. Maybe it was a suggestion. My mom never just told me about it because I can't imagine. Dude, one time I had in my sophomore year of high school, my mom got called to the office and we had to like have a meeting with all my teachers. I thought it was going to be my teachers. It was my teachers that year and the last year and all the counts. It was like a round table, and they handed my mom a fucking manila folder
King
that
Arthur.
looked like George Costanza's wallet. If it would have taken one more piece of paper in it, it would have just busted into pieces. And he was like, "This is your son's disciplinary file since he was in kindergarten." And my mom's like,
I had my own cabinet.
To be fair, a lot of it was getting out of his seat. Like they're writing up for that shit back in the day.
Yeah.
I just in class.
My problem is that I wasn't really scared of authority, and I wasn't scared to like call adults out. So like when a teacher said this or that, I mean, you know me, I'm always there. Like I'll jump right in if there's a way to wedge in and like call you out for being stupid.
If you have a point, you're gonna make it.
No one's gonna stop me. And so there's like a more than I'd like to admit instances where like I would end up making the teacher cry like in front of the whole class.
Sure.
And I think that's why I got sent there. Or I know that's why I got sent
there. Was more of an effect on because that's probably what it was. Because when I acted out, it was like disruption in class. The teacher wasn't crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teacher wasn't like
So it wasn't because I was like a crazy aggressive or doing weird shit. It was just this is like when I acted out and got called out in the middle of class for it.
Loose cannon.
It ended up the teacher got the worst end of that deal.
Yeah, fair.
Not just me. It didn't embarrass me, and I shut my mouth and went outside to the hall.
Yeah, the teacher went.
We were in a war of wits after that.
The teacher went home with a thought.
She's losing. She's done.
She'd like evaluate her.
Yes, and then they don't. Then they don't feel like they can test me after that. So then I'm just running free range.
Yeah, dude, it's like a deer in a field. Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, it was bad. But I'll tell you this too, though. The prison trips, I knew in the back of my mind that like talking back would never get me to prison, but being there and experiencing that set the tone for the rest of my life of not doing anything that could get me there.
Now I know the line.
Now I know you can't smart off enough to get sent to prison.
Right.
So and I knew that, but being there, experiencing that, I don't want to be there. So I've never done anything that would even come close to.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
To get me sent there.
Yeah, I don't even. And again, I know this.
So it worked. It scared me straight. it didn't fix me being a smart asshole, a smart aleck asshole.
Which is kind of the reason you.
But it scared me straight for the rest of my life. I didn't do anything wild. I never robbed no stores or did anything crazy like that because I knew where I was going if that happened.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I, as much as I rebelled against stuff, I always had like the fear, but that's why I did it. It was that unknowing, like, am I going to get away with it? Am I going to get caught? Like when I would like sneak out, even something as mundane as like sneaking out of the house, it was like almost getting caught was almost more fun than getting away with it.
For sure. Like if you were one of them kids where your mom didn't care what you did, it was like there's no point in just like furthering that point. If there's no risk of getting in trouble, you just don't do it.
Yeah, and my parents were divorced, so like my mom, short of hitting me, like what she wasn't gonna do, like we got call my dad, and he's gonna drive 30 minutes back. By then, I'm gone. Like,
who cares?
Yeah, it was. So I will say that I did definitely take advantage of that situation, but I'll say the first time I went to jail, and I've been back consequently or subsequently, but. That's as far as that's what I mean. That's as far as I will. If you want to take me to jail for a speeding ticket or whatever the fuck, fine. I'm not doing anything that's putting me in prison. I refuse. I will. I just won't.
Yeah, unless I for sure know I'm getting away with it.
Yeah, oh, dude, if that was, I mean, I'd be robbing banks from here to. I've said that 1,000 times. If I could get a team of guys. And we could plan out the perfect bank heist. I mean, and say minus 30 years ago, because nowadays there's infrared, there's lit. You're not getting away with it. It's impossible. It's almost unless you go to like John's Bank in fucking Podunk, USA.
For sure.
You're not robbing a U.S. bank. You're not robbing a fucking Wells Fargo.
Talking about not getting away with it.
How fucking cool would it be?
That's a good. This is a good spot. We're not going to get away with making this podcast any longer than it is right now.
Okay, sure.
So I love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we'll continue this.
Yeah, we'll
absolutely.
This will be this episode's done. But yeah, love you, buddy. Alex, Kenny.
Thank you, guys. It was good being here.
Yeah, and I'm the Bipolar Bear. Thank you all.
Yeah.